What's up guys, Robert Optimal Bodies. Now today I want to talk about, I think, what is one of the biggest downfalls that people, not just my clients, but just what I see in everyday people, why they fail at their diets and they fail at their goals and they fail at this long-term goal that apparently they really want, but something that really just reins them back in and prevents them from being the best version of themselves and achieving these fat loss goals, these health goals, which they're so 100% set on getting. But if the why and the want, even if it seems to be really high, if you speak to them, they always get drawn back in. So what is going on? To me, I think it's FOMO, so the fear of missing out. I totally get it because I've been through it myself, and because of society and how we're brought up around like events and alcohol and stuff going on, big events, whether it be nightclubs, raves, parties, house parties, just everyone meeting up as friends, whatever it may be. That fear of missing out can really rein people in and pull them away from their goals. So this isn't about telling people to stay away from those events or to not be sociable or to just live like a little monk and a nomad on their own. It's about being able to handle those situations, still get involved in those social situations, but stick to your guns when it comes to the dieting side, what you put in your body, and the alcohol side. You need to realize that you're there because you want to be around the people as friends and loved ones. You're not there to do the same practices as those, especially if it's unhealthy practices. So you can still go to events. Some people, when they start a diet at first, they might have to avoid them because they're going through withdrawals, like sugar withdrawals, alcohol withdrawals, caffeine withdrawals, just junk food in general withdrawals. But then once they get over that hump, they need to feel, like I see it as like a superpower, to be around and in any situation, whether it be a stag do, a holiday, a party, whatever it may be, and still stick to my guns. And I'm nothing special, okay? I used to drink when I was younger, I used to follow the crowd, I used to get the FOMO, the fear of missing out, okay? So if I can do it, I know that any average Joe can do it, or Joanne. And trust me, no one wakes up the next day after giving in to drinking and eating a lot of crap and thinking, I'm glad I did that. It's always the opposite, innit? So to me, even not just the health detriment, it's not worth the sort of mental guilt and mental battle the next day of feeling crap and beating myself up and wanting to do loads of cardio to burn it off all of a sudden. Okay, so you've got to have a big enough want and why, and be very strong as an individual and not give in to peer pressure. You have to think we're grown adults, like we're not 15, 16, whatever year old it is anymore. It doesn't matter what people think at all. It's, you go to an event, and if anyone says anything negative, you could always come back with like, well, I'm here, I'm a strong individual, like, would you rather me just be not here? I can still enjoy myself and be sociable, but just because I haven't got a can of Strongbow in my hand drinking, because that you have and 15 other people have, that doesn't mean that they're better than you. Also doesn't mean you're better than them. You just appreciate your health and your goals, and you're not letting that get in the way of that, but also you're not letting it get in the way of being sociable. But also I must say, this fear of missing out, I guarantee you, it's the same crap night out, the same BS, the same stupid stories, or even worse, that they can't even remember what's gone on. You are not missing out. So get in your head. I'm sure some people are sat with the missus at home and they get a message or the WhatsApp group off the lads and, oh, we're all off to Black Horse pub or whatever it may be. You come in and you're yin and yang, you're getting pulled and pushed in different directions. Just think, nothing special is going to happen. 9 times out of 10, dangerous things happen. People get in fights, people get glassed, bouncers doing all sorts, all this crap. You're not going to miss out. You're going to hear about it, you're going to see it on Facebook. You're not missing out, but also you're sticking to your guns. But also, yeah, you can go, but just know, like, really embrace being the black sheep. And if you need to take a lunchbox because you're dieting, you might be getting ready for a bodybuilding show or a holiday or your wedding, there's nothing wrong with that. Or go and have a glass of water or whatever you're drinking. You don't have to get involved in that side of it. You're there as a friend. You're there with your loved ones. That is the most important thing. And if you don't go, trust me, you're not missing out. It's the same thing that was going on 10, 15 years ago. You'll see the same people in the same pubs looking 30 years older, and then they're asking you every question under the sun what you're doing, because you just don't seem to have age the same as the people that are still doing the same things that we did when we were like 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. We're not missing out. All you're doing is losing out. So be independent, be different, dare to be different, be yourself, and the right people will follow. Trust me, I've realised I've lost friends over the years. Your circle gets smaller and smaller, but it's always for the better. The people that have stayed in my circle are healthy people that have healthy practices, healthy habits, that it makes it easy for me to be around, and we can talk about the same sort of things. If you get dragged to one side with 5 people that are still drinking and sniffing coke, what do you think is going to happen? Go the other way and go towards 5 people that have health goals and go to the gym and play sport and look after their bodies. What do you think is going to happen? They all look better. There's no coincidence. Like, you'll look around. I'm a bit of a people watcher, and I take it in because I want to be able to like reflect on it and use it in my practices as an online coach. I see people I went to school with, and I'm sorry to say, they look 10 years older than me. That doesn't mean I'm better. Like, there's just no coincidence. Like, they literally look like their liver's failing, they've got jaundice, they're fat, overweight, and not in shape, and it does pain me to say, like, I've had a couple of friends that have lost their lives to drugs and alcohol. I know people that have had heart attacks, and they're in their early 30s. One lad died during COVID and organ failure for alcohol and drug abuse, and the suicides, it's just awful. So don't go down that route. Be powerful, be the black sheep, and trust me, those were not friends, those were drinking partners and dropping partners with drugs. Dropping the drugs, double dropping, whatever you call it, I don't know, sniffers. Overall message, try not to ramble. Stick to your guns. You'll wake up the next day and you'll be glad you did. And you'll wake up in 5 years' time and you'll be glad you did. 10 years' time, they're still sat in cock and bottle drinking. Then it's been 10 years, but they look 30 years older. Like, what have they achieved? A lot of them don't even have kids because they're more bothered about drinking, and they're with the same people, and you just think, would they be hanging out together if they weren't drinking? You'll notice, if you step back, zoom way out, you'll see that a lot of people, they're just drinking partners. Do you ever see them doing anything together and getting on without the alcohol side of it? Okay, go for a walk, go for a sauna, go to the gym, do ice baths. Okay, meditate, whatever you like, whatever you want, play tennis, just do healthy practices, and then hopefully the people that are doing all the unhealthy stuff, they'll have the fear of missing out, that they're getting left behind and their physiques are just getting worse, while ours are getting better. Okay, so it's not a case of digging on these people. I make these videos to motivate people that it can be done at any age. If you can reverse diabetes, heart disease, cancers, dementias, strokes, whatever it may be, as long as it's not too late. So we don't want it to be too late. It's never too late to start. Okay, there's always, Monday comes around, there's always a fresh week, always a fresh day. It's never too late. If you make a mistake and mess up, just start again, hop back on it, make some notes on how bad you felt, and that's what I always say to people. Read them when you're about to cheat and think, was it worth it? Because then you've got a bit of feedback to look at, that you know, no, it wasn't. There's only negatives. Didn't miss out on anything. I missed out on getting the body I want. Cheers, guys. Robert Optal Bodies signing out.